Bring in Love and Nance. Beat him here, Coach. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you very much. You guys need water? You good? Okay, questions, raise your hand. Let us get the handheld mic to you. Let us know who you are and who you're with. First one to our left.
Hey, Hubert, Brendan Marks in The Athletic. Was just wondering if you had an update on Armando's ankle or what Doug told you or sort of what was going on there as much as you knew.
Yeah, they were able to loosen it up at halftime, and that's why he felt like that he can go out there and play. He was hobbling a little bit at in the second half, and then and I asked him, I said, "Are you okay?" And he says, "No, I feel really good." And once I took him out, then it was done. I didn't want it to stiffen up or get cold, and so once we took him out, I tried to keep him there as long as possible, and then took him out and so he can be done for the night.
To our left.
This one's for Coach and for Caleb. Josh Graham, WSJS. After the shots didn't fall on Saturday from 3, Caleb, how satisfying was it to see it go down tonight, and how confident do you feel you're going to be able to sustain it as the week goes on for both of you?
I just feel like, if we take the right shots and, we make the right plays as far as, creating shots for, all of us, I think, you do have the confidence when you do, have an open shot to make the shot. And so we was creating a lot of shots for our guys and, getting in the paint, kicking it out for, our shooters. And, Coach instills in us confidence to make the shot.
Yeah, the thing that I'm focusing on was, the 16 assists. And so, when we're sharing the basketball and it's good to great, it doesn't surprise me that, the ball goes in. And so, yeah, we were able to shoot the ball well, especially, for the entire game, but, also from three-point range. But I really felt like the passing was really good tonight. We were just going good to great the entire night, and that led us to shooting high percentage shots.
Second row.
Coach Michael Coe, WCHL. How satisfying was it for you to see guys like Dontrez, DeMarco, Jalen, Justin McCoy get really great plays, highlight plays out there tonight? I do. It was great. I felt like everybody that played in the game made an impact play to put us in a position to be able to win. Got great minutes out of the bench. I thought DeMarco played really well. Puff, Trez, Tyler Nickel, Jalen, Seth, Justin towards the end. And so, when you're in a situation where you're playing 4 games or possibly 4 games in 4 days, you need depth. And the guys off the bench were ready to go, and they did a really good job tonight.
Questions for Pete also, please.
For Pete, and then for Coach, you're in the ACC tournament, you're in Greensboro. How do expectations meet reality of being a part of this tournament, Pete? And for you, Coach, first time as the head coach coaching here, when it feels real, what does it mean to you, if anything at all, to be coaching here in Greensboro?
It means a lot to me. This is what I remember when in terms of ACC basketball, just remembering my uncle, Walter Davis, play here in Greensboro. And I just remember, they don't understand this, but, when I was growing up, for the ACC tournament, you could have an excused absence to stay at home to watch the 12 o'clock game, or the teacher would put the game on in the classroom. That's how big the ACC tournament was. And so to be a part of it as a player, to be a part of it as an assistant coach, and to be a part of it as a head coach is very special to me.
Pete?
I think it's awesome to be a part of this tournament. Obviously, growing up and watching a lot of great players play in this same tournament is a surreal thing for me, and just happy I get to do it with this team and these guys. So it's an awesome feeling.
To our right.
This is for Caleb. You've seen Armando go down before in different games, and he seems to exude a certain amount of toughness. When he went down the first half, did you fully expect, oh, yeah, he's all right, he's going to be back in the second half?
Yeah, he's tough as nails, and he wanted to be out there for this team, and I don't have no doubt that he'll be ready to play tomorrow, and so that just goes to show how much Armando cares about this team, this program, and then just just shows how much he'll be willing to put his body on the line for this team.
Left aisle.
Bob Holliday, WL.com. A question for Hubert and for players. Boston College likes games in the 60s. You put up 85 tonight. Talk about some of the things that you did to force the tempo, creating turnovers, getting up and down the floor, passing. You had a great assist to basket ratio tonight.
Coach.
Well, I mean, Boston College is a tremendous defensive team, and they're extremely physical. They've got really good individual one-on-one defenders, and when you have Quentin Post in the paint, now they have length and shot blocking ability. It was really, we talked about from an offensive standpoint, for us to have success, one, it started on the defensive end so we can get the rebound and we can get out in transition. Two, we had to have great spacing and balance, ball movement and player movement to give us an opportunity to attack the paint and drive so that we can get to the free throw line. And I just felt like we did that really well tonight.
Caleb.
Yeah, Coach, always, tells us to, push the pace and, run our offense with pace. And I feel like we did that well tonight as far as, pitching ahead and, getting a lot of drag screens, and our defense is, our best offense. So when we do get defensive stops, get steals, we can get out in transition and we can run. And then it just makes our offense so much easier.
Middle of the room.
This is for Caleb. Throughout the year, you've kind of been, one of the flashier guys, whether it's, throwing up the three goggles after a three-pointer or just, talking junk. Tonight, after a lot of your threes, pretty serious, calm mood, pointing to the passer kind of thing. Do you feel like tonight, with it being win-or-go-home basketball for you guys, it's just a different level of focus and intensity from yourself throughout the night?
Yeah, for sure. I was just trying to win the game and, all the other stuff, it wasn't needed.
To our left aisle.
Yeah, Kip Coons for Press Box View. Hubert, up until tonight, the crowds have been pretty quiet and kind of just spectating, not really cheering a team on, and they've been small. Until tonight, when you guys took the floor, it seemed like all of a sudden the tournament was real. Do you have a feeling that they can almost will you to a championship or an NCAA bid just because of their emotion?
Well, I never looked at it from that standpoint, but I love the support of all of our fans, whether we're here at the ACC tournament, on the road, and specifically in the Smith Center. The fan support has been off the chart. They've always been there to help, to encourage, to lift us up, and they make a difference. When you run out of that tunnel and you see a lot of people in Carolina blue shirts and they're cheering and encouraging our players, it helps them out there on the floor, and we love to see it out there.
Middle of the room.
Andrew Schnicker with the Wilson Times. Question for Coach and for Caleb. You guys had 16 assists today. How much did the ball movement and the way that you guys were kind of able to work those passes inside out help you with setting up some of those open shots on the outside?
Well, I thought everybody did a really good job of sharing the basketball. One of the things that we always talk about is have a 0.5 mentality. So as soon as you catch the ball, either you're shooting it, you're passing it, or driving it. And I really think all the guys did a really good job of doing that tonight. The ball didn't stick very much at all. And so we were really aggressive and definitive in our moves. And I think that contributed to us having 16 assists.
Yeah, just what Coach said, and we just wanted to play inside out. We have a load as far as Mondo in the paint, and he draws a lot of attention, so he creates opportunities for us to get easy buckets as far as cutting and open threes. So we just play inside out, drive, kick, dump offs, and then obviously playing throughout Mondo.
Third row, let's also get some questions for Pete, please.
Yeah, Coach Hunter Nelson from the Daily Tar Heel. So obviously with Armando playing at less than 100%, I know you talked about it a little bit earlier, but is there like 1 to 2 guys that'll maybe step in his place, I guess, in the rotation? Or are you guys just going to sort of switch your game plan altogether, I guess, to try to get more outside looks?
I don't know. Haven't thought about it yet. See, I got to get back to the hotel and have some dinner first, and then I can think about it. But Armando, just now leaving the locker room, said he felt really, really good, and that he's probably already back at the hotel getting treatment. I've never seen anybody sustain ankle sprains and be able to come back like he can. He didn't think it was as bad as the one, obviously in the Final Four, and also the one that when he hurt it at Virginia. And so when Armando's out there, whether he's 100% or 75%, that's good news for us.
Get ready, Pete. Here they come. Second row.
I'm coming for you, Pete. Wake up. Just wanted to ask, I mean, simply, how nice was it to see the lead growing there and being able to get other people in off the bench from the standpoint of your, wanting to make this a long tournament stay? Just how nice was it to build the lead, and also how much you're going to need everybody to try to do this whole thing this week?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. The guys coming off the bench did a really great job. The scoring was great, but I thought they played with great energy and great intensity. But yeah, I think Coach Davis talked about how we need to just make a little bit of a change within ourselves, and I think all year long we've let teams kind of climb back into games a little bit, and I think it was good for our confidence to kind of maintain that lead throughout the second half and keep them at distance. So I think it kind of shows to growth and change in this group at the right time.
Take 3 more questions, front row.
Brett Friedlander, Saturday Road. Pete, the last 4 games now, this is the second time you've had 4 blocks in a game. Is that something you've been concentrating on doing more, or is that just a circumstance you had opportunities?
Yeah, I think it's just definitely trying to do my job and just protect the basket, protect the rim. But a lot of it's just circumstances too. I think, I was able to, I think we played good individual defense all night, but being able to come over on help side and get some blocks, I think definitely helped us out. Just really just trying to do my job.
Back left.
Hey, Coach Davis, look like in the past, look like y'all was relying more on the 3. Shooting from the outside, but look like tonight y'all looked more relaxed and y'all was working the ball more so inside. So what brought that on, the change like that?
Well, I thought we were, one of the things that we talked about, from an offensive standpoint is, we wanted to attack the basket through post and penetration and also offensive rebounding. And, when we do that first, when we go inside and out, I just, from an offensive standpoint, I just think it flows much better as opposed to outside in. Sometimes defenses dictate some of the shots that, that we take. At times, teams have put a couple extra defenders in the paint, and so it's been difficult for us to be able to get those consistent points near the basket. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to knock down some perimeter jump shots, whomever you're playing, in order to have success out there on the floor. But I felt like the balance and the approach going inside and out was really good tonight, and hope to continue that tomorrow night.
Last question on the aisle.
Question for Pete. You faced Virginia in less than 24 hours. Now, you had this experience back in November of playing consecutive nights, but it's been a long time since you've done that. What are your thoughts about playing the Cavaliers again, and how do you prepare yourself and as a team to go against a team that you've just played and need to beat?
Yeah, I think tonight and tomorrow we'll do a lot of rehab, a lot of stretching, things like that to stay loose. But Virginia's a really good team, and I think this team is just excited for any opportunity and any challenge. So I think definitely looking forward to tomorrow night, and I think we'll just be ready to go.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.